Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Christina and I am just a girl. I have nothing else to say about that. This video is about how hard success is, how hard choosing yourself is, how many sacrifices you have to make, how many things you're gonna go through, the things that people don't talk about. Right now, in the past couple days, my life is like just throwing so much on me to see how much I can take, and I can't take it. Like, it's too much. And I just made a whole video talking about this and the video was blurry. I guess I didn't say everything that I needed to say, or maybe I rushed through it, or maybe I wasn't vulnerable enough, and that is why I have to make it again. That is why the universe is testing me right now. Maybe. It's an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity for me to remake this video and say more. So I'm gonna say more. When you see successful people and they tell you their stories of what they went through, it helps a little bit, but it doesn't really put you, you can't really make a personal connection because of how successful you see them or how you view them. You just have a distorted image about people that are in a successful or high respectable position. You have a distorted image about them. With that being said, it's very important to have this type of information so you know that there's nothing wrong with you and that everything you're going through is all a part of it. Everything that you are going through is all a part of your path and where you're going. Everything. When you have no money, when you have nowhere to stay, when you don't know what you're doing, when you're in the wrong place for a long time, when you're in the wrong relationship for years, when you have the wrong friends, when people set you up, when you're doing the wrong things, you get in trouble. All of these things, they're all a part of your story and they're very vital to your path. Whether you know that or not, whether you're aware of that or not while it's happening, because it's so overwhelming that you can't even think like that, it's still true. I just wanted to let you know, as someone let me know, everything that you're going through is not in vain. This is all a part of it. Like, all the hard stuff is a part of it. And it feels like it's not because you see people successful and you don't really see how much they went through. Nobody's posting, today I don't have any money, today I feel like I want to kill myself, today all these things. Like, nobody's posting that every single day. Nobody's really telling you, I mean, a lot of people are, like, they have some moments where they talk about it, but nobody really tells you how deep the things that they're going through and how much they're carrying. Nobody tells you that. Nobody. And I think maybe in the last video that I was blurry in, I didn't tell you guys really how deeply things are affecting me. So this video I will. But first, let me just get through this. As the new me, how I would like to perceive myself as the new energy, the things that I want to embody, the qualities I want to have, the behaviors I want to have, there is the little devil, but not devil, just the old me. But the little devil trying to get me to be in my old coping mechanisms, do my old behaviors, and it's pulling at me. And it's like, that's the test. The test is not God testing you. The test is not the universe sending you stuff on purpose to teach you a lesson. The test is old you pulling at new you so you can go back to it. It wants to be like, come on, just do it. Just do one more thing. One more time, last time, go ahead. And if you feed into that, you pass, you fail the test, you have to take the test again, and this time it's going to be a different test and a harder test because you failed already once. So you're showing your old self and the universe that you're not ready for the new energy. The tests are hard. The point of life is not to be in school or be taught lessons or go through tests and stuff. That's not the point. The point of life is to be who you truly are. And at our core, we're already there. We have taken on a bunch of stuff that is not it, and those are the tests to get through the things that you think are protecting you, your defense mechanisms, your coping mechanisms, the things you think are helping you, but they're just keeping you comfortable in stagnant energy of who you aren't, keeping you in the energy of who you aren't. And you know that you're not that person because you don't feel good living as that person. That's how you know. If you felt good doing it and you feel good staying in that energy of those behaviors, habits, thoughts, then that's who you are. But if you don't feel good and you feel like this is not how I want to live, that's not who you are, and you need to let go of that. The let go part is the hard part, and that is why everybody is suffering the way that they are, because we're attached so strongly to who we were, our behaviors, our habits, our eating habits, our how we treat our body, how we talk to people, how we think, how we talk to ourselves. All of this, you have an attachment to it because it keeps you comfortable. You think it keeps you successful. You think it keeps you pushing forward. You think this is what's gonna help you, but it's actually blocking you. So right now, while you're focusing on what you want and you're asking for it, you're asking, please give me what I want, all the things that you are attached to, they're now like pulling you like, oh, come back. Because it's trying to pull you away from new you, because new you is dissolving your ego and creating a new one. And when you're dissolving your ego does not want to be destroyed, because the ego exists because you give it an existence. The ego exists because you give it a name, you tie it to who you are. But who you are is not your ego. Your ego is defined by you. Your ego is your name, who you are, like your occupation and stuff like that, like things that you tie, titles that you tie and stuff. That's your ego. So what that ego does, it's painful to kill it and create a new one. You're not supposed to get rid of your whole ego. You're supposed to create a healthy one. So when you're dealing with the unhealthy one, it is so tied to you that it's just like a toxic relationship with yourself that you're breaking, and it's so hard to escape that because it's you, like it disguises itself as your own thoughts. That's why it's so hard to break out of it. My point of this is, as you are going into the new you and you are tested by your old you, these are the moments where you rise up and show yourself that you are capable to be the new you. You are capable, and the new you is who you always were. That's like a paradox, kind of, like if you don't understand, but I'm hoping I explained it in a way that you can understand. Everything is testing me. Show me how brave I am. Let me show you how brave you are. Let me show you what you can get through. And when I show you what you can get through, you'll embody new you. But it's hard. It's hard. It's so much. And everybody's going through it. And it's just too much. It's too much. If you have an understanding of what your ego is and what it means, why all these tests are happening, I'm gonna translate it now into you're having a tower moment. And your tower moment is when everything that you built your foundation on, and your foundation being who you are, what you're doing with your life, everything that is not in alignment with what you truly want, your heart's desire, the tower moment is when that foundation starts to crumble. And when that starts to crumble, you feel lost, you feel depressed, you don't want to live anymore, everything is falling apart, you feel like that was a waste of my time, I just did all of these things and it's falling apart, and it's just too much. It's a lot. It's not easy. It's not easy. It feels like you're dying. And then you break out of that dying part and you build a new foundation. And that new foundation is based off of your bravery. How much courage do you have to keep going? Are you going to let life keep beating you up, or are you going to get up and keep going? Another thing, when that foundation crumbles and you're building a new one, you need to acknowledge and love all of those parts of yourself that built that old foundation. You can't shame those parts of yourself, because then you're bringing that forward, because you're being mean again to yourself and you're being hard on yourself, and that's just gonna fuck up that foundation as well. You need to give love to the old part of you, give love to your old ways of being that are hindering your growth. Like, you served your purpose and I am grateful that you are showing me what I don't want. But that can't be like in an evil way or like a shaming way. It has to be in a genuine way. I am grateful for the old me and what it put me through, because now I really know what I want, and I really cannot even deny what I want. I cannot even feed into that anymore, and I'm so thankful that that happened, because if that didn't happen, I would have stayed in that energy. You have to be grateful for those moments. So you can't say that you believe you're worthy of certain things. You can't say that you believe you're ready for certain things, and then when you're tested to see if you believe and if you're ready, you fail. Then you're not really believing. And that is to show you your words mean nothing. You need to feel it. You need to live in it. You need to embody it. And when you're not embodying it, you fail the test. And the way to pass the test, embody the new you, love the old you. Embody the new you, love the old you. Do not shame the old you. Do not shame your coping mechanisms. Do not shame your defense mechanisms. They were there to protect you. There's nothing wrong with you. It served its purpose. Now you align with who you are. It served its purpose. Be thankful. And now step into who you truly are. Okay? Now to me. what I'm going through. First, I want to say that people view me as somebody that is strong and smart, so I know what I'm doing and I can deal with anything. That's how people view me. That's the general consensus. When I go to people and I'm vulnerable, they are confused by it because it doesn't make sense. Because of the way that I talk, the things that I know, it's like, if you know all those things, why are you even having this issue? And if you're having this issue, what does that mean for me? That's how it gets viewed. But I'm a human being and I don't have anything figured out. I don't know what I'm doing, and this is hard. This is hard. Life is hard. There's so much, and the reason like I can get through it in a certain way that I'm being strong is because I'm ignoring it. That's how I'm getting through it, and that's not working because now I can't ignore it. Now I can't ignore it. It's too hard. But it's okay. It's okay. But people come to me for things. Like, people come to me to ask for help or to what to do. That's what my purpose in people's lives. A lot of people's lives, they come to me to ask for help because they assume, and well, it's true, but they assume like I have everything figured out, and I know a lot, but I'm still a student. Like, I'm not a teacher, but I can teach, but I'm still a student. With that being said, the way that other people treat me is just a reflection of how I treat myself. So because I don't even give myself the space to be weak or show that I'm not strong or show that I'm not smart or show that I don't know what I'm doing, that gets reflected back to me in people, and I see how that makes me feel, and that's actually how I'm making myself feel. So all of this is just a moment to all of this all of these things that are happening to me right now is for me to give myself what I seek from other people when I go to them for help, or when I want help. I need to give it to myself, and I need to support myself, and I need to let myself know that it's okay to be weak, and it's okay not to know what to do. But it's just so hard to not know what to do when I know what to do. But I'm like, I need to give myself the room to not know though. But I just can't. Like, I'm like, no, but I know. But I don't. But I tell myself I know, and then it doesn't give me the room to like grow or learn. Like, I just think that I know. And that's just a big blockage that I'm just overcoming right now. And it's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. So, now for the specific things that I'm going through. Right now I need to move, and there's a legal thing going on with that. I'm prosecuting. But I need to move. The apartments in LA, the rent has gone up, and they're a lot, and they're ugly. I don't want an ugly house. I'm not moving from this house where my room is really big. My living room is a nice size. There's things I don't like, but everything is a nice size, and the price, it was $17.50. If I'm gonna leave this, I need to go to better. I'm not settling. I refuse. So with that, I have to put myself in the mindset of how can I do it? And the how is hard. Again, it's hard. So I started figuring out what I could do, because I need to have more streams of income for me, because the modeling stuff is not consistent. I'm not signed anymore, and it's up to me and what I show, and like just what I attract on my own, which I attract a good amount, but I need to attract more for the type of life that I want to live. So with that, I just need to have multiple streams of income. So with the multiple streams of income, I decided to open a cleaning business last week. It's called Crystal Crown Cleaners, if you need a cleaner in LA. And I'm hiring employees right now. My friend is helping me for now, and she's been doing a good job. Besides this one person who feels she didn't do a good job, and this person is my friend who booked the service through me to support me. Now this friend, she had an issue because the walls weren't as clean as she wanted, and then there was dust on the floor. I asked the cleaner to go back, but she was busy, so I gave her a partial refund, the price of how much it costs to, because the price is itemized for the cleaning. So the price of the floor and the prices of the wall, I gave her that refund, and then the cleaner gave her a refunded of the tips. So I told her that, and then she said okay, and that was it. She left a bad review on my Yelp. She took it upon herself, as my friend that she knows I'm new and I'm just starting, she took it upon herself to go write a review about how she wasn't happy with the service, wasn't happy about the refund, instead of coming to talk to me. So this is somebody that obviously doesn't want to see me win, because the reviews it can really impact my business, and I'm just starting. So that is a moment for her to come to me and talk to me about how she felt. If she wanted more of the refund, she could have told me that. If she had an issue, she could have just kept talking to me about it. She said okay and left it at that. I thought everything was cool. She said thank you for communicating with me, blah blah blah. I thought it was fine, but it wasn't. And she felt it upon herself to go comment the review. Then I was like, why would you do that? Because I would never do that to her. And then she was like, basically saying like I just didn't like her, blah blah blah. I just have to be honest. I said I would never do that to you, whatever. You could have just talked to me. She said business is business. This is your friend's business that she just started. You could have just talked to me about how you felt and offered me like what I could do better, and that's it. But to go publicly post it to warn others, that's weird. But I'm not gonna put my energy into that too much. It made me feel how it made me felt, but it just shows me, it's just good to show me how people move. That's all that it was. It's very important for me to know that and to connect things and don't ignore things. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But that was just another cherry on top, because the real reason is I put all of my money into this business. I put all of it, and I have to move, and I'm still like figuring it out, because from what I watched and read before I started it, I understood what to do, but then actually doing it, there's so many variables and things that I have to figure out, and it's a lot. And then I was on my period, like it was just too much. So then that, it's just like cherry on top, like, oh, and you're trying, and here, your friend has this to say publicly. I think it's a little weird, but whatever. Now, that's already another thing. That was yesterday. Then yesterday, I'm going through a breakup. The breakup like solidified yesterday, which I don't really feel like it's solidified, but it is. It is. Like we have an understanding of what it is, and we had a healthy talk about what we need and what it is, and how it's not gonna work for the stage that we're in our lives. So that is just a lot. Like it's just a lot. My house, my career, my money, and then my relationships. It's very heavy. It's a lot. And I don't know what these things are trying to teach me for real. Like I can try to break it down, and I can think like these are a reflection of me, but I wouldn't do that. So I guess that was just an opportunity for me to see how I would, because I had to balance, this is my friend, this is an acquaintance, a girl I know, and then this is my business stuff, and I have to be professional. So those went together, and I just had to like not react how I would react, and not be unprofessional, and just let it be, and just act accordingly and know accordingly. And that was, I guess that's a lesson. There's more to it, I'm pretty sure, but that was my consensus, because the way I felt and wanted to react and didn't, that was like a good job. The breakup stuff, I know what I want and I know what I need in life. I don't want to have to make somebody, like, there's sacrifices in relationships, but there shouldn't be so many where it feels bad to do them, or it feels like it's messing up your life to do them, or it feels like it's messing with what you're trying to build. So I don't want to have that be what I'm doing or what they're doing for each other. Like, it should just flow naturally into what your life is. It should flow a certain way. Like, I understand there's things you need to do, but if you just if you can't invest fully how you need to into something, a relationship and your career stuff, then you need to pick. But you can't really pick. Like, you just have to pick your career stuff, because you can't do the relationship stuff, is what it seems. When you could, but it's just your decision. Like, are you willing? Is this something that matters to you, where you would like to do it? And then that just comes with variables of just your personal feelings, and if you feel worthy, and like, because I can say, like, they can say and I can say I'm gonna do this, but then there's the issues of how you feel in doing it, and how you feel based off of the other person, and how they're treating you, and how they're perceiving you, and how they're projecting onto you, and what you're stirring up in them and stuff. So it's just a lot of variables. So I'm understanding the gist of it, and I understand why. Like, I'm accepting of it. There's just things about it is heavy that I'm not really putting attention to. But if I think about him touching another girl, or doing anything with another girl, or yeah, if I think about him touching another girl, investing into another girl, talking to another girl, looking at another girl, It's like, what? But that's not really it though. It's also those just like my best buddy. We're with each other all the time and talking to each other all the time. But for me to heal, I can't do that. So it's just change, and it's just hard. And it's just a lot. And there's a lot happening all together. And it's just a lot. I have to say goodbye to the old way of me handling my finances, because I don't pay attention and I just spend, and then I look, I'm like, okay, I need to make more, and I make more and I just spend. Now I have to actually delegate and care, and I actually care. Like now I'm like maturing, so I'm like, okay, you can't play around with everything all the time. And then with my career and my side hustles, like this is just very professional. I need to be strong, I need to be on task, I need to be organized. It's a lot of money getting invested into it, so I can't give up on it, and I'm not gonna give up on it, and it's just a lot. And then with my house, I have to find a house I like, I have to pack all my stuff, I have to figure out, like, you know how much money it is, first, last, and deposit? It's just a lot. But I don't think movie is gonna be that hard. Just the finding is gonna be hard, because I can never find anything I like. And then I have to figure out a consistent way to make income to pay for that. Whatever. Just know you're not alone. Everything is happening for a reason. Whether it feels like that or it's not, these are all to unlock who you truly are and to let go of who you aren't. Know what you don't want so you can know what you want. The beauty of life is to see the contrast. It has to exist for you to appreciate the good moments. You need to see how bad the bad moments were. You need to see how you felt in those moments. And then you will know how good it feels to not be in those moments. And then focus on how you want to feel. And everything will fall into place. Just keep going. Even when it's hard, even when it's overwhelming, just keep going. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. You are so blessed. I love you. I'm here for you if you need to talk. I know what you're going through. I know how hard it is, but you can do it. Just focus on you being able to do it and focus on how you want to feel. Okay? Have a great day. Bye. This is too much.